A very good morning to Mr. Amin and my fellow classmates. Today, me and Troy will be presenting a literature review on the topic Effects of Smartphone Addiction on Academic Performance. We will be discussing three subtopics: factors that influence college students' performance level, causes of smartphone addiction among college students, and smartphone addiction influence on students' academic performance. Now, I'll be breaking down the first article, Factors Affecting Students' Performance, by Syed Tahir Hijazi and Raza Naqvi. For the methodology, this investigation was done through questionnaires, sampling 300 college students where variables were recognized and response was clear and understandable. After receiving all the data, a regression analysis was used to find out the correlation between multiple factors and the students' academic performance. The purpose for this investigation was to provide important suggestions so that it can improve the standard and quality of education and the students' academic performance. A student's attendance in class describes their interest in learning, especially their attitude as well in those classes. On the other hand, a student's attitude towards time management best describes their number of hours spent for their own studies on a daily basis. Furthermore, 44% of the sample only spent 2 to 3 hours studying on a daily basis, while the other 28% only study when there's an upcoming exam or an upcoming test. The sample also shows that 74% of the students maintained their attendance from 91% to 100%, and the 23% from 81% to 90%. The next article I'll be talking about is the effects of individual and school factors on university students' academic performance, written by Rosemary Wynn and Paul W. Milley. In this research, they used an analogous approach to an input-to-output approach. The sample used in the analysis consists of 2,180 school leaver students, representing 66.2% of the total first-year student intake in 2001. This sample is based off school leaver students that were collected from the details provided by students at the time of an entry to UWA. The research found that there were two factors that have a significant impact on the academic performance. First, which is school factors. This consists of quality of teaching, class size, and the availability of resources. Second, individual factors, which is gender, age, and prior academic achievement. The research conducted by Rosemary Wynn and Paul W. Milley was to examine the factors that influence university students' academic performance, focusing on the role of student background and school factors. Furthermore, it was also to identify the impact of individual factors and school factors that I've mentioned earlier. For the third article, titled Emerging Issues in Smart Learning, written by Guangcheng, Kumar, and Ronghuai. The investigation used a mixed method research design, collecting data from 3 workplaces in Hong Kong by collecting data from the 70,000 English words of instant messaging conversations by these 3 workplaces. The investigation found that newcomers can effectively socialize into a workplace by addressing instant messenger chat logs. Additionally, reading instant messaging chat allows newcomers to selectively learn relevant information, gain membership, and develop social capital in the community of practice. The purpose was to investigate the role of instant messaging chat logs in the workplace learning, focusing on how adult learners can utilize this and learn from their archived conversations in the workplace. Now, I'll be passing the presentation to Troy, who will be breaking down another 3 articles relating to the topic.
Hello, I'm Troy Wong and I'm going to continue with the remaining 3 articles. The fourth article is called Smartphone Addiction Among University Students in the Light of Some Variable. It is done by Suleiman S. Ajolma and his colleagues. As for the methodology, they use a comparative descriptive method. A total of 416 females and male students participated in the study. The study consisted of students attending King Saud University in various programs, including bachelor, graduate, MA, and PhD. Based on the article, it has been observed that males tend to be more addicted to smartphone than females. Moving on to marital status, research suggests that single participant tends to score a higher in smartphone addiction compared to married participant. This finding indicates that single may lead to a higher need for social interaction and entertainment, which can contribute to an increased smartphone addiction. It is also found that bachelor program students showed higher smartphone addiction compared to MA program students. Finally, income does not significantly impact smartphone addiction except in terms of health. As for the purpose, it is to investigate the negative effects of smartphone addiction among school and university students. The researcher aims to explore the impact of smartphone addiction on student behavior, academic performance, health, psychology, and social life. As for the fifth article, it is called A Study on Impact of Smartphone Addiction on Academic Performance. The author are Pamela Chudhary, Hudaya Kumar Tripani. It consists of 222 undergraduate engineering students from Biju Patnik University Technology and Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology University in India. It consisted of 62% male participants and 38 female participants. However, 21 of the data sample were incompleted and not included. The author used a questionnaire-based approach. Around 75% of students had access to 3G and 4G on their smartphone. Only 21% of students were regularly involved in some outdoor sports activity. There was a positive correlation found between the risk of smartphone addiction and the type of internet connectivity, 3G and 4G. A negative correlation was observed between smartphone addiction and higher academic performance. Higher level of smartphone addiction were associated with lower academic performance. There was a small negative correlation between smartphone addiction and regularly participation in outdoor sports or hobby. Higher level of smartphone addiction were associated with lower engagement in outdoor activities. And the purpose is to investigate the relationship between smartphone addiction and academic performance among university students. As for the last article, the title is Relationship Among Smartphone Addiction, Stress, Academic Performance, and Satisfaction with Life. The author are Maya Samanha and Nadia S. Hawi. As for the methodology, the respondents are selected based off random sampling, and there are 293 university students that took part in the study in total. The online survey was originally sent out to 300 pupils. However, due to invalid answer, it reduced to 249 samples. The respondents are the ages between 18 to 25. As for the finding, it reveals that students at the highest risk for smartphone addiction had a slightly lower rate than those at the lowest risk. Additionally, there is an inverse relationship between the probability of smartphone addiction and reported stress levels. Higher level of stress are associated with an increased likelihood of smartphone addiction and lower level of life happiness. As for the purpose, this study aims to examine the relationship between the risk of smartphone addiction and satisfaction with life, with a focus on the mediating factors of stress and academic performances. Additionally, the researcher aims to explore whether satisfaction with life mediated by stress and academic performances can facilitate smartphone addiction. And that's all for my part. Thank you for listening.